This episode is brought to you by the Toyota Grand Highlander. Life's journey brings constant change filled with exciting surprises and grand challenges. And with its spaciousness, power, and style, the Toyota Grand Highlander is more than a vehicle. It's your partner in embracing all life throws at you. From the spacious adult-sized third row to seating for up to 8 passengers, the Toyota Grand Highlander is up for every grand challenge. Learn more at toyota.com/Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon Business. How can you free up your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business empowers leaders to not only streamline purchasing, but better support their teams so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more about the technology, insights, and support available at amazonbusiness.com.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to the Gundam Lorecast, where we take a deep dive into the Mobile Suit Gundam series, such as the multiple timelines, mobile suits, characters, and so much more. Welcome back, pilots, to another episode of the Gundam Lorecast. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Jesse.
How's it going, everybody?
And today we are bringing you another Mobile Suit episode. I hope everybody enjoyed last week's special episode with our friend Jim Ferranda, who is such a pleasant to talk to. So much fun. It was so much fun. So, but we are bringing you back another mobile suit of one said protagonist, and we are going over the full armored Gundam from Thunderbolts specifically. And I know Jesse likes this one a lot.
I love Thunderbolt. It's just so cool. It's such a good... Okay. To be fair, I like jazz, and E.O. Fleming loves jazz, so... It's just like a great little short series of OVAs for me.
So the FA-78 Full Armored Gundam Thunderbolt version is a mobile suit that appears in the manga Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt, and its animated adaptation is piloted by E.O. Fleming, as Jesse said. And yes, there is a standard version of the Full Armored Gundam. It's just the Thunderbolt version is more decked out in weapons. By a lot.
Yeah.
So, moving into the technology and combat characteristics. So, a heavily armored and highly maneuverable Gundam-type mobile suit developed by the Moore Brotherhood. There was another type of full armored Gundam with a similar model number, the FA-78-1, but it had a different details and equipment. Both mobile suits were developed under the full armored operation, and their differences were a result of experimenting with various systems and equipment. And that's the one I'm talking about, the full armor Gundam with -1 is the other full armor Gundam.
Yeah.
But it's a completely different type compared to the one we are talking over today. So the full armor Gundam was fitted with numerous pieces of body armor, a large backpack, and had much more weaponry than other mobile suits of his time. Like other mobile suits of the Moore Brotherhood, the full armor Gundam had special seals on its joints and a large backpack to protect them from debris drifting into the Thunderbolt sector. Besides the standard beam sabers, it was also armed with a twin beam rifle, 5 rocket launchers, and a large beam cannon, a 6-tube missile pod, and numerous missiles stored in various body armor, which we'll dive into a little bit here in a bit, but that's already a lot.
So much stuff.
Which we'll get into a lot more here. Using the 2 subarms on the large backpack, the machine could wield up to 4 shields. Yeah. Greatly increasing its defensive capabilities to prevent the weight of the added equipment from reducing the mobile suit's mobility. Thrusters and apogee motors were installed on the shoulders, the legs, and large backpack. The larger backpack was also fitted with 2 rocket boosters, and the full armored Gundam's total thrust was considered to be comparable to a high-speed mobility type mobile suit, which is fast.
Yeah, if you watch the actual
Like animation.
OVA or the OVA or the movie version of it, it is fast. If you've watched the new show and you see the first suit that shows up in the new show, it's like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the full Armor Gundam's added body armor, the large backpack, and most of the weaponry could be purged when they were damaged or not required, reducing the dead weight. After witnessing the power of the More Brotherhood's full Armor Gundam, the Zeon's Living Dead Division, which was operating in the same area, decided to deploy the MS-06R Zaku 2 High Mobility Type Reuse P device, which is essentially a Zaku that's decked out in a bunch of weapons and mobility stuff, much like the Thunderbolt version of the full armored.
Yeah. Didn't have much choice.
Yeah, oh god no. Oh god no. Heck no. So now with the armaments, and just let everybody know now, like, this might be a little bit of a shorter episode because there's not terribly a whole lot of info on it since it's a ongoing manga and nothing's really changed.
There is Gundam news this week, so
yeah, there is. There's still some time with Gundam news. So just let y'all know. So we have the beam saber. So this is obviously the close range weapon that emits a beam shaped beam, or blade shaped beam. That didn't make any sense. Blade shaped beam from the hilt wooden drawn. 2 beam sabers are stored vertically on the sides of the large backpack and can be removed by the subarms, then passed to the main arms. The third beam saber is stored horizontally on the bottom of the normal backpack, which is concealed by the large backpack and is usable only after the large backpack is ejected. So it has 3 beam sabers, 2 that you can physically see and 1 hidden. Now we have the twin beam rifle. So this is a large double barrel beam rifle held by the right arm. This is a very powerful and wide shooting range due to how it is carried. It is powered by a removable battery pack at the back. 6 spare energy packs are stored by the large backpack in a 3x2 arrangement. The replacement of the twin beam rifle energy pack can be carried out by the subarms. A small shield is attached to the side, and a full-size shield can be mounted on the top of the small shield to better protect the twin beam rifle. Yeah. The twin beam rifle was a lot of fun to use. I definitely have used full Armor Gundam in the in Gundam Battle Operations 4 or Gundam Battle Operations 2, sorry.
Yeah.
Which the standard full Armor Gundam does have the twin beam rifle, which is a lot of fun to use, not gonna lie.
Yes, it is. It's really cool.
Give me. Oh, so I just got like pinged for something.
Oh, we all did.
Okay.
It was
we all
Tom.
did. Was it?
There is a new podcast joining the Robots Radio family.
Oh, the D&D one, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Oh, got it. D&D Dungeons and
Dipshits. I'm here for it.
Right.
I like it.
All right. Well, for everybody, we have a new show apparently on the Robots Radio Network for everybody. All right. Next weapon is the missile. 52 missiles are stored in various sections of the added body armor. 8 are stored on each side of the upper torso, 4 stored on each front, side, and rear skirt armor, and 6 are stored on each knee. All these missiles are concealed behind panels and that open before firing. 52 missiles.
It's terrifying.
52
He's just like
that are just hidden that you physically can't see.
Playing air drums on his dashboard, launching missiles at everyone in sight.
Does he actually play drums on his
he like air drums while he's flying and stuff.
That is hysterical and amazing.
Because he's
physically listening to jazz,
but he's
like when he's
physically
fighting?
listening to it while he's flying, and he's usually playing it over the radio frequency so the enemies hear it too.
That's amazing.
He's awesome.
Oh my god, that's hysterical. So next we have the rocket launcher, which is a large, powerful projectile weaponry. Set of 5 is carried on the left forearm, and a full-size shield can be attached on the sides. Individual launchers can be removed and attached onto debris, even ship-sized ones, and the rocket's thrusters can be even fired up to move it. So, a set of 5 rocket launchers.
Yeah.
On top of 52 missiles.
Yes.
And we're not done. We have the 6-tube missile pod now. A removable 6-tube missile pod is mounted on the top left of the large backpack and it can carry a variety of missiles. One such missile is capable of launching numerous wired micro missiles, creating a dense barrage that is also effective for group battle.
Yeah.
So a lot of weapons, a lot. This isn't much. This is very similar to Heavy Arms. I'm getting Heavy Arms vibes from this, where it's just loaded with guns and ammo and weapons galore.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
And then the final armament is the shield. So a full-size shield used by the full Armor Gundam Thunderbolt version has a different shape, the one that the RX-78 and its upper larger and is also larger in size. Is made of multiple laminate layers, but is still can still be penetrated. Up to 4 full-size shields can be equipped. 2 held on the subarms, 1 mounted on the twin beam rifle, and 1 mounted on the set of 5 rocket launchers. The shield can also have a grip on the backpack for holding by the normal hands and an attachment joint for mounting directly onto the forearm. 4 shields.
When it's got them all equipped, it does look kind of ridiculous, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely it does. Definitely.
Still awesome.
It's still fun. Still cool. And actually, I think we might take our mid-break now. I'd say. Yeah, let's take our mid-break now. So we'll thank you, listeners, and we'll be right back.
Empower.
Claire is practicing her breathing for her upcoming yoga retreat in Bali. Has she ever done yoga before? No. But Claire worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Join our 19 million customers today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risks. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisor Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Om Namaste.
Get ready for Netflix's gripping new medical drama, Pulse. Set in a cutting-edge Miami trauma center, third-year resident Dr. Danny Sims is unexpectedly thrust into a promotion when beloved chief resident Dr. Xander Phillips gets suspended. Then, with the emotional and physical stakes at their highest, a storm will push the hospital and its residents to their limits. Witness how life can change in a heartbeat when you're operating under pressure. Watch Pulse, only on Netflix.
All right, welcome to the middle of the show. We're talking about everything about the podcast. It has nothing to do with the lore of Gundam. Here, when I want to thank all of you amazing listeners. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. And if you too want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/GundamLoreCast, where you can get ad-free episodes or even join us once a month on the show itself. You can also leave us ratings and reviews on Apple or Spotify. Leave a 5-star review on Apple with some words. We'll read it out loud next time on the show, as well as a nice Spotify comment, which we do have one from our Turn A Gundam episode from Cell, saying, enjoying the podcast a lot. Good to listen to while playing GB4 or building Gunpla. I'm hoping for some more Iron Blood Orphan episodes, though I've been enjoying all of them so far. Why, thank you. We appreciate that because, you know, we'll eventually go over more, you know, Iron-Blooded stuff in the future. But, you know, we're trying to at least get one protagonist Mobile Suit from each series out of the way before we do more.
There's so many, and there's so many series that it's just taking a long time to get through them all.
Yeah, right. There's so many.
At first, we kind of went with the yeah, we're going with everything that we want to talk about. And then we realized
There's
there's
a
a lot
lot.
of protagonist suits to go through still.
There's a
So,
lot to go through here. And you can also find us on a few different Discord servers, the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, where apparently we have a new show called Dungeon and Dipshits. So go find that. And you can also find us on my own Discord server, the Band of Friends Podcasting, where you can find this show and all the other shows that I host, which are Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. So go check that stuff out. And go listen to our newest episode, or last episode, with our special guest, Jim Ferranda, who's now a friend of the podcast. Super, super awesome guy. So generous of having him on the show and talking to him. It was such a blast.
yeah, it was so much fun. And I
I
think
unlocked so many memories from Zoids alone from that chat.
just from and then getting to relive small amounts of my love for Battleborn, even though it's gone, but not forgotten.
Right. So, other than that, we do have some Gundam news. So as of today, as of recording, which is April 8th, the first episode of G-Quix is finally out. If you watch the film in theaters, it's the first half of the second half of said film.
So
But there's a dub.
The dub did change the pronunciation.
Oh, did it? I haven't watched that yet.
It is in the dub. It is G-Quux.
G-Quux?
Quux.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Like crux, but with a Q.
I don't like that. G-Quix is better.
I agree, but I do. That's what it is in the dub. So I might start watching the sub the rest of the way because I'm not.
That's very awkward and very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But animation is great.
Yeah.
The police Zaku is great. I don't know why. I just really like the SWAT one where it's black and it's got the shield. It's just cool to me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The animation, it was really fluid, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
it makes
it's made by the same people who did Evangelion, so
which is what makes the suit design in motion
better.
I like it. It's
in motion,
much better.
Like we saw it when they did the teaser poster, and I was like, "What the hell is this thing?"
Yeah,
that's not a Gundam. What is this? Oh, it's made by Evangelion producers and studio.
Then it made sense.
Okay, that makes a little more sense. And then when you see it in motion, it's like, oh no, this is cool. Okay, I get why they designed it like this. This is actually pretty cool. But besides G-Quix or G-Quox or whatever the hell you want to call it, I really don't like that now. We do have an actual release date for SD Gundam G Generations Eternal. It is coming out April 16th. Pre-downloads will be the 14th, but it will be coming out the 16th. So get your pre-registered for that there because you're going to get a lot of bonus stuff for pre-registering for it. And if you're a Gundam fan, why not? It is a lot of fun. It is a tactics-based game, just like any of the other SDG generation games, but so much fun. And they will have... This is the first Generations game I've seen in the last decade that they have all of the Mobile Suit series in one game. Because normally they spin it off to here's one game that's specifically all UC, and then here's a game with 4 of the separate timelines. So, yeah. And then we have the 30th anniversary of Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. That is this year, which is insane to know that it's 30 years old. From Japan, obviously, not in the U.S. because it didn't come over here in the U.S. until the 2000s. But it came out in 1995 in Japan, so 30 years. Right. And they are adding the Wing, I think it's the Wing Zero or the standard Wing to Gundam Battle Operations 2.
I want to say it's the Wing Zero.
I think it's Wing Zero because they recently added Gundam, Burning Gundam to Battle Operations 2, which is insane because it's a hand-to-hand combat suit when Battle Operations is literally set in the UC where it's, guns primarily are your weapons. So very interesting. And then
it is the Wing Zero.
It is the Wing Zero? Okay. I couldn't remember which one it was. And then what else is there? Oh, there's a bunch of new Gunpla coming out in April. We have the entry grade RX-78F00E Gundam, which is very interesting. It has like this big giant satellite backpack.
It's the feather unit, isn't it?
It's the what?
The feather unit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because they're doing I think they're doing 2 versions of it.
Yeah, because there's going to be, they're also going to have it as an optional set.
Yeah.
The Police Zaku is becoming a kit.
Gotta get it.
And the Meteor Hopper, which, if you don't know what that is, it's Gundam Feniche's motorcycle from Gundam Build Fighters.
So here's the problem. I'm going to have to get the normal Feniche because I have Feniche Renacita.
Oh,
now I'm going to have to get
that one already
Feniche.
transforms.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get normal Feniche to put on the motorcycle. And then I'm going to have to get normal Wing to put with it.
Yeah. And then the other news I really have here is, this is super exciting. If you're a Gundam fighter, Mobile Fighter G Gundam fan, you would love this for Gunpla, because Machine Build is making a Mobile Fighter G Gundam Bud Carrier. So the Bud Carrier is what the Shining Gundam originally came in, dropping down to Earth. It can hold a scale 1/144 scale Gunpla for like any of the high grade stuff. It's all pre-painted, just like any other high grade material kit. And yeah, this is awesome. It's being made by Mega House. And apparently it's out already this month. And of course it's for the 30th anniversary of G Gundam. But it looks so freaking cool. I might just have to buy it so I can put my Shining Gundam in it.
You know what else they should do for the 30th anniversary of G Gundam? Release an official Tequila Gundam Gunpla.
You're never going to let that go, are you?
No, I will not. Not until I have it.
Not until I have it. But yeah, that's all the Gundam news I have. Do you have any other things to add in for the mid-break?
Not for the mid-break.
Not for the mid-break? All right. Well, that's... might have to what?
Have things at the end.
Oh, okay. So, with that being said, let's get back into more of Full Armor. I lost track of what we were talking about. Oh, God.
TaxAct knows small business owners can sometimes use a little help with their taxes. That's why TaxAct has Expert Assist, a team of live tax experts ready to answer any questions you may have. Think of them as your own personal sidekick. Not like one of those funny talking animal sidekicks, more like the super smart nerding out on tax code and business casual attire sidekick, but just as helpful and lovable. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
5 immersive worlds, 1 amazing theme park. Get ready to explore the all-new Universal Epic Universe, featuring the wizarding world of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, and Dark Universe. Epic Universe opens May 22nd at Universal Orlando Resort. Our universe will never be the same. Tickets and packages on sale now at universalorlando.com.
All right, so now we have these special equipment and features. So obviously we have a subarm, so a pair of simple manipulators mounted on the front of the large backpack. They're articulated and can use for various purposes, such as exchanging enemy energy packs or weapons, removing the rocket boosters, or holding shields, and etc. Which, hence why it can hold 4 shields. which is ridiculous. We have the rocket booster. So a pair of rocket boosters are fitted in a large backpack and will also serve as propellant tanks. Thrusters and apogee motors are installed at the tips of the boosters, contributing to the full Armor Gundam Thunderbolt version's high mobility. The rocket boosters can be ejected when emptied or to serve as a decoy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, another thing too. Or you could use it as a bomb if it's filled.
Yeah.
It can go boom. And then it does have a core block system. So the cockpit of the full Armor Gundam Thunderbolt version is located in a core block within the machine's torso. During an emergency, the core block can be ejected and can transform into an emergency pod to allow a speedy escape from the battlefield. So, yeah, you know, just like any of the UC mobile suits, honestly, that are Gundam specifically.
There's a way out.
Yeah, you have a way out, and it's not like, you know, it's not like a Zaku where it becomes a tomb.
Every time.
Much like, you know,
Just about.
TIE fighters in Star Wars. They're just flying caskets. It's okay. Because they don't have shields. One hit, you're dead. Why you would fly for the Empire in Star Wars is beyond me anyway. But anyway, moving on to the history of the full armor. So late in the war, the full Armor Gundam is assigned to E.O. Fleming, a pilot in the Moore Brotherhood force that is fighting Zeon in the ruins of Side 4, known as the Thunderbolt Sector. This was only due to the fact that it was the closest thing to the ace pilot the Brotherhood had, due to him surviving the destruction of his RGM-79 GM Thunderbolt version and capturing an MS-09R Rick-Dom Thunderbolt version. One of the Full Armor Gundam's first sorties was viewed by the Living Dead Division as Full Armor Gundam brutally tore apart a helpless MS-06 Zaku 2 Thunderbolt version, and cementing his threat to being around when jazz music was heard.
I love that.
When you hear the jazz music, run.
That's exactly what it is.
That's essentially what that means. Once you hear the jazz music,
Like,
just
get out.
Run. Just run. Oh my god, that is hysterical. So EO would sortie to confront the snipers that made short work of the GM team earlier, using the Gundam's superior firepower to destroy all the Zeon mobile suits, save for the MS-05 Zaku 1 Thunderbolt version, piloted by Daryl Lorenz, who drove off EO with a cracker grenade at the cost of his left forearm. Frightened by the power of the Full Armor Gundam, the Living Dead Division modified Daryl to pilot the MS-06R Zaku 2 high mobility type reuse P device to combat the Gundam. So it's their own version of said version of the Gundam, essentially. It's pretty devastating, not gonna lie. Has a lot of weapons too. So you have like 120. You have a shoulder shield, just like any Zaku would have. 120 millimeter machine gun, a 280 millimeter Zaku bazooka, a 360 millimeter giant bazooka, a Sturmfaust, Heat Hawk, and beam bazooka.
Yeah.
And it has a reuse P Psycho device, which I'm assuming is
essentially
similar
it's
to Psychocom.
Yeah.
Is what I'm assuming.
It's very similar to that because it's the one that gets turned into the Zaku.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, because there's the actual Zaku, which is the equivalent to the full armor.
Yeah.
And then the two units clash in the ruins of Moore, ending with both mobile suits disabled, but the Brotherhood captured. The damaged Full Armor Gundam was left in the hands of the Living Dead Division after the Battle of Baku, where sometime later its head and exterior armor parts were used for the Perfect Gundam Thunderbolt version. So, yeah, that's the history of the full armor, which is a whole lot. And the Perfect Gundam was piloted by Daryl Lorenz, who obviously was from the Dead Division.
So essentially, Perfect Gundam is full armor, but with the Psychomu in it.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
But the other ridiculous thing has to do with Thunderbolt as a whole.
Oh, God.
In that it is a continually running manga right now.
Yes, it is constantly running, currently running.
Which is only ridiculous because it started in 2012. And it has been continuously just about, except for earlier this year, there was a brief hiatus, which has not ended yet. It doesn't end until June. But other than that, it's pretty much been running since. In 22, the guy who has been doing it said that it was entering its final stage, but later that year he said that he plans on continuing it for another 5 to 6 years. So,
How is that the final fucking stage?
Yeah,
how's the final stage when there's
that's
like
exactly the question.
Freaking years.
So
worth?
it's been running for over
that's
10
just
years
like
now.
Oda talking about One Piece. It's like, oh, there's an end to it. And it's like, cool.
Well, welcome to the final
Where is
third.
it? Because where's it set in? Because there's over 1,000 volumes.
Yeah, we're essentially at welcome to the final third, because but here's where the thing is. They release volumes very slowly.
Oh yeah.
They are 25 volumes in now. Because they do, it's not like a shonen where they're doing it every week.
Yeah.
But
like it's so if anybody like listens to my Final Fantasy podcast, there's a Final Fantasy manga called Lost Stranger. There's 12 volumes currently. It's been going on for the last 5 to 6 years, but they've only been releasing a volume maybe every quarter, if that, maybe once to 4 times a year, maybe. Like last year, we only had 2 volumes.
Yeah, that's generally what Thunderbolt is. It's like every 2 years or so.
Yeah, it's like 2 every year or something stupid. If that.
But they do consistently do it, and they've already talked about it. There will be at least one more anime adaptation of the remaining material. If you watch what's out already, it does end on like a huge cliffhanger, because Thunderbolt sits on the edge of the end of the war.
Oh, end of the war. Oh yeah, because it's still is it in the 1 year war?
Because so it's the 1 year war for the full armor, but then full armor, when it's destroyed, that's roughly around the end of the war. So that's about where the first movie is over. If you watch the movie versions, and then the second movie takes place after the war's technically ended with the Zeon remnants and everything around. That's when he switches to Atlas Gundam.
Oh, gotcha. That's right. Because I forgot Atlas was from Thunderbolts,
which is also cool. But we've already talked about that one.
We did talk about Atlas, yeah. So you can go back to an earlier episode and a couple episodes, maybe 10 episodes ago. I can't remember when, but we talked about Atlas. We did talk about Atlas at one point. But yeah, I have nothing else to add for this episode. Do you have anything?
Everyone join my campaign for Tequila Gundam Gunpla. We will force them to get it.
We need to set a petition. Have people sign this petition. Give it to Bandai Namco, and have them make a Tequila Gundam kit.
They have asked a few times on Twitter what Gunpla or X, whatever Gunpla people want, and I have said it more than once. And I'm not the only person. Other people have said it.
Ooh.
So it is something that is in demand.
Just give it to us. Just give it to us.
They want a master grade. I said high grade, but I'd take a master grade as long as it was an official Gunpla.
If anything, I'd see them doing a high grade first before they do anything.
So too.
And then depending on how the high grade sells, then they'll move on to doing a master grade.
Yeah. And then that's going to sell super well, and then the full dream will come to life of perfect grade Tequila Gundam.
Tequila. So yeah, oh my god,
that's all I have. That's all
you have. Yeah, just keep protesting and getting the Tequila Gundam.
I will continue this until I get what I want.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, if we have nothing else to add for the episode, I just want to thank everybody listening again to the Gundam Lorecast. And remember, pilots, stay safe out there. Thank you for listening to the Gundam Lorecast. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share how you got into the Gundam series, and you can even find us on Twitter at Gundam Lorecast, and even email us at gundamlorecast@outlook.com.